Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Live. My name is Bizer. Joining me is Digital Bacon. We got the next game coming up, and once again, I do apologise for the drop since the update of XSplit has been a little bit fun sway on me in a bad way. But essentially, we're working out the kinks, making sure we're getting it right, and dummy testing and streaming. Essentially, guys, we've got it in 1080p tonight, so I'm hoping you guys are actually enjoying what you're seeing, and a little bit of quality is coming out with this fantastic new stadium. In saying that, we are not in the right stadium for semi-pros. I wonder why. I'm going to figure this one out. Just give me a second before we go into it. Essentially, I'll just bring back my man, the one and only Mr. Digital Bacon. Hello.
Hey, Baza, how are you doing as well? But yeah, we're down to the rookies now, guys. The rookies final. They've had to, run alongside the semi-pros. These guys are plat 3 and below. They're running for a different prize pool, and
this is
where it's keys. I do believe it's 6 keys, isn't it? 2 for each player. That's quite nice because, of course, with that new crate out, those keys are going to be definitely wanted. But again, Aussie Game and Figure 8, are both jumping right on into this, Bizer. So we have very little time to talk. Everyone tonight is just so eager to play, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the way it's going. But you can hear the humming of the cars right now. And these two teams, we actually don't know much about them. So we're just going to find out as they play it out. Essentially, it's the best teams tonight in the rookies. So I don't expect high-octane flying plays, but I expect some really good ground game here, Digital Bacon.
Yeah, definitely. And what we can do here as well is definitely from great analysis from Bizer, we're going to be able to just point out little mistakes they're making and how they can improve their plays and be able to just jump it on up into that semi-pro. Definitely. I'll help out as well. But Chris there getting the first goal in the first 30 seconds.
He comes back from the backline now. There's a double commit. And that was, believe, that's all good name. That's all I can see at the moment from him. He went onto the crossbar and awkwardly come down the reset. By the time he was doing the reset, the ball was sailing into the back of the net. So he really needed to sort of make sure he didn't get in his way as teammate, but probably stay off the goal post. Play the floor. It's better.
Yep, Chris here. He's going to take it on the round. He's got control. He's taking it past 2 players from Aussie Gaming. That's sent on the back. Zachary, great pressure. But there is the hit from Chris onto Zachary. Zachary getting good control back onto that just to drop it. Buys teammates a bit of time to move on back. This is dangerous. Chris getting it on out. He's now got the chance to attack. He's going to slow it on down. Let his teammates come forward. Oh, Jonesy here. Big clear from Jonesy. So that's over the J. Go on high. Vortex, knock it onto the wall. And Chris with the second goal. How did he do that?
Well, he seems to be the player that's on the song right now, getting really good opportunities. That Dominus always going to be able to connect in the middle of the ball. It's just nicely done. 114 at the end. And there's a demo as well, cleaning up the back line. So at the moment, the orange team, the boys of Figure 8 on top, well and truly. And look to have the better start here. There's a best of 5 in his final for the rookies. And there's another one incoming this time. It's Jay.
Yeah, Figure 8 here, ladies and gentlemen, coming out strong to his first match of the finals of the rookies. And yeah, great passing play there from Chris, using that corner to knock it on down into Jay's possession and into the game.
We're going to play around with it, but how do you say it? J-A-E, is it J-E? I don't know.
Jay's easier to say, so I'm going to just keep rolling with that, I think. Jonesy getting in the way, though, knocking on up high. All good names. Just not being able to get the control of that. Vortex, looking onto the wall, trying to get to the centre.
Nice
and Jonesy's
play.
picked it on up. Got the first goal for Aussie Gaming.
Very nice here by Jonesy. Tex brings it off the wall and sort of pulls 2 players out. That's the mistake coming here from Figure 8. 2 committed out, so the communication needs to be, I'll stay on goals. The other one will go out wide, look to try and play that wall play that potentially could come out of it. Instead, both of them got caught out. There was over-rotation, and then the ball played back to middle where Jonesy could get the solid hit to bring it on the back of the net. So it's a good one, but the counters are just as good. And Chris, that's a hat-trick for him right now.
Yep. Figure 8 so strong on that attack. That's a big clear down to the corner. And Chris being able to get an absolute screamer of a shot. 110 kilometers per hour. That's a fast smack into the back of the goal. Jay, it's all good names. Cortex going to send that up high. Is Zachary going to be able to get onto it? No! Cortex sends it on further. Jonesy finishing off.
I just got to look at this because Cortex was like, I'm going to play this. And he feathered so well, but I just lost it. He lost the feather in the end. So he ran out of boost, couldn't get himself back in. Jonesy comes through and nails it off the second hit. And that's what I like right now from the follow-up from Aussie Gaming. They're able to do it efficiently, and it's holding them within this game. But 2 goals down, under 3 minutes remaining. Jonesy, no way.
That's a screecher. Oh, Chris, great save there from him. As Jay's now going to try and run this upfield. He's gone a bit too slow with that, I feel, though. Doesn't matter as Chris. He's going to get himself his 4th goal of the game.
He's on fire. Again, 2 up. Jonesy awkwardly down. He does his best to try and get back in the corner. Can't flip it out in the third. Which is really interesting is Zachary, he didn't really come through for the rotation. He stayed upfield, so he was thinking his 2 teammates, as he should. He shouldn't be going back there if he knowing his 2 teammates should be able to clear that ball. So a little bit more confidence in the defensive zone structure. The boys of Aussie Gaming need to trust themselves and make sure they make those hits. Otherwise, it's just not going to work for them. But at the moment, it's anyone's game. They just need to get the next one.
Figure 8 here, trying to show strong for the rookies here. As Jay's going to start making his way upfield. Is he able to get on through? No, all good names. Just being able to get in the way there. Loses the control as he overextends, hitting that downfield. He would have been better off just starting to try a bit of a dribble.
Essentially, they're very hungry for shots on goal. And here comes one from Jonesy. Just a communication going against Figure 8 there.
Yep, like you're saying, communication, just... They need to communicate more and start trying to do team plays, don't they, Isaac?
Have a look at the scoreboard. It's a hat-trick for Jonesy and 4 goals for Chris. It seems to be one player isn't a dominant player on each team, but that's just the opportunities coming in, the challenges, playing the second and third efforts. There's a demo by Chris that stops Jonesy from getting much into it. So got differential under 2 minutes. Digital Bacon. I tell you, Aussie Gaming, they've got the chances here, but have to stop Figure 8 from scoring.
Yep. And they're trying to score themselves. Remember, they're 2 goals down, so they do have to score. But they've also got to be careful of their defence, not to overextend, which you do see at those lower levels. And all good names, just being able to get up into that top left corner.
Jonesy sort of in the way there, forces the play to come back inside. And all good names realising that, displays the inside line, top left, upper 90, puts it home, and now 1 goal back in it. This is the rookies' final, ladies and gentlemen. A best of 5 in the first game. It's a light at the moment.
Absolutely light. Not sure at all who's going to be able to take it here, as there's only 1 goal separating them at 1 minute 20 left. Jay just going to get that back to his teammate here. Zachary versus Cortex. Cortex has got it. Chris plays it out downfield, tries to buy time for his teammates to get on in. Chris again, just using that time. Just big clears, they will build up from something. Jonesy picking it up. Big hit towards the goal. That's wide though.
Oh, that's risky.
Plays. Jonesy knocking that back, trying to get to Cortex. Cortex on the wall, knocking it round. Can that get round to the center? Can anyone pick it up? Jay clearing it on out. Ooh. In the corner.
Nice. Oh.
Not very many clean touches coming out here. Oh, there, Liza.
No, that's right. Here you go, man.
Cortex trying to get on, but just slightly too high. I was going to say, these touches, they're trying to get towards the goal, but there's just not the accuracy that you would see in the higher level of play. Something these guys can work on. Just a lot more playtime, I feel. And Jonesy! Oh.
So,
what a mistake.
Really, at the end of the day here, I'm a little concerned for the rotations of these boys, and I suppose it comes with experience in playing in teams, is to back each other to go for certain balls in the field. What we're seeing is a double ups, a lot of double ups. A lot of players, 1 should be on the back line, instead 2 are stuck in the midfield. The ball quickly moved around, and it's just the quick players like Jonesy and Chris of both teams. They've had the opportunities because there's a lot of commitment work going in with last 2 seconds on the clock. Well, it's scored here. again, 2 coming out of D-line, and the turn in, just a nice second effort coming in from all good names were taken. That is a name and a half in itself. Maybe they could still take this. Maybe a big mega kickoff.
Yeah, 2-second dreams. Can it happen? That's not going in their favor, and Zachary just not getting it dropped. Good names. He sent it downfield. What are we getting?
No, Cortex. Oh.
Cortex! Oh, it's still up, but that's not going towards anyone on the Aussie Gaming side. Figure 8, they take the first game in this best of 3.
Well, that's the first.
Chris. Oh my God, Chris being so dominant there, isn't he?
Yeah, look, funny enough, it's Chris sort of got the opportunities when the ball was sort of a 1v1 play or a 1v2, and most of the times he just had open goals, so he just went himself. Traditionally, you'd use your teammates. Chris would be centering from the positions he scored, but he took the shots on because the defense wasn't set up structurally. The thing is, if Aussie Gaming look to do their rotation and set a defense more so, Chris won't get those shots and he won't get those goals. So he's just got those 5 because the defense wasn't set up by Aussie Gaming. So at the end of the day, if Aussie Gaming can get the defense on song, figure 8 are going to have to think of another strategy and using the team plays and getting Zach involved, getting Jay more so involved. I'd like to see a little bit more team effort from both guys, but Aussie Gaming, they need to step on the defense.
Yeah, I quite like in chat now. Both teams are there talking about the nerves of playing here. Quite often, well, you don't get many opportunities to be able to play stream to just having a little look at over 50 people watching. And this is a big deal for these guys. And this is why the rookie tournament is so good to enter in if you're just trying to learn and improve at Rocket League and get your face out there.
Well, we're going into game number 2. Aussie Gaming, a chance to get themselves back into it. They don't have the first game. It's the boys of figure 8 that take it in the end. It was a close one. It went back and forth. But it's about defensive structure that will set them alone here and get Aussie Gaming back into the match. As we head into it, it is Digital Bacon with your call.
Yep, we're just waiting for the kickoff to start. And here it is. We're going to have Jay going up against Cortex. He's going to get off. Cortex sent it off to the side. Can Jonesy follow it on through? Yes, he can. But Chris is there, waiting patiently. Gets knocked out. But Zachary not being able to get the touch as that drop down to the center. And Chris being able to predict and see where the ball's going. He's doing very good. Zachary knocking it to the center. Cortex following it on through, taking it to the corner now. Jay trying to get this ball high up on the wall. Cortex getting in the way though, and Jonesy has hit that up high. Chris knocking it down to center, and Aussie Gaming here are definitely looking stronger this game, aren't they, Biza?
That was close by Cortex. Just wide at the end, they're looking a lot better, but just again, it's going to be the proof in the pudding in terms of the defensive structure. Got to keep it tight. They're committing all 3. Has to be a goal, so they're in trouble. Although clearance is not strong, so they get a chance to get back and rotate.
Yeah, sloppy attacks there coming out from Aussie Gaming, but they're keeping that pressure. That's a big ball. Zachary coming back in, just being able to save it, but they're not enough.
Very nice. Just have a look at it. He trails everything at the back, and you think about this gameplay, you actually have to. You've got more of an opportunity at the back, waiting for the ball to drop down, because it's not necessarily going to be cleared off the first hit, more so on the second. So if he can get himself up into position where he can strike off the second touch more so than before the defenders can get up, it's really advantageous for the striker on this game. And well, Aussie Gaming, they start with the first goal.
Here we go, Jay trying to send that on downfield. It's off to the center, all good names. Don't know what he's doing there, but it's got on out to the corner. Jonesy now getting hit out first by Zachary. It's lingering down. Chris is going to try and get on in, but that's high. It's lingering over the goal. Yeah. Zachary getting in. Zachary got the goal.
We'll talk about FA stepping up. Zachary having a big anchor on the last one, just because the play was setting with Chris. This time, Chris takes a back step and lets Zachary go for it. The clearance should have been put there. And again, it's just a risky play at the moment, Aussie Gaming. Have to back themselves. At the end, if you're last man on defense, really you have to clear. So I think maybe just a little bit of nerves still creeping into the play, yet to really set down.
Like you said, confidence in your plays and being sure that you're going to get out makes a big difference. That's up high now. All good names. He's got clears on out. He takes it to the wall. But Chris is there. He's so fast and so good on those attacks. Zachary keeping the pressure up. Jonesy has to clear on out. It's a bit of a weak attempt. Zachary throwing out 4 and not getting the touch they wanted. Chris back there. A star counter. Jonesy just intercepting it, getting in the way here now. And over the Cortex, over the good names. Zachary getting in there first. Both teams here, Pfizer, they're just near enough squaring off, aren't they? And there's so little separating them.
A double defense here. This should be a goal. Oh, no. Cortex. Great read. Chance for Aussie Gaming. Jonesy. No, it's not going to happen. Jake stops it. Unfortunate. Oh, that was an exciting passage of play. Almost there, and the teams will reset a chance for Zachary to go. He's blocked up once again.
Cortex knocking that forward. Jay just letting it bounce over him. Chris gets up high. He's going to try and take the aerial route. That's going towards the goal. That's off the bat ball. Can Jay do anything? That's a double commit. Zachary did not need him for that.
He hasn't hit this right, but he can still get it. Yes, gets it in the end. Like you said, it was a double commit. They all went up, and that's the thing about setting all 3 up. You have to play one strategical back to the center, at least to get the 50-50. No one home. Cortex almost lets it go, but he recovers at the end of the time and uses the car with the momentum to flip it through. Oh no, not like this.
Big hammer, but Jonesy has got there. That's up high. Chris going up, but Cortex was getting that so much sooner. Zachary, big clear downfield. Good names, knocking it towards the center. This is risky as Chris comes on in, hits the post, and that's on out. Chris needs, like I was saying, working on accuracy. That's the big difference here for Chris. Cortex knocking on high. Name's not getting a touch. This is a scramble in front of the goal, but Cortex has just got it out by the skin of his teeth.
Well, it's the last 15 remaining. Couple of shots coming out. Aussie Gaming having a crack at the moment. Got to be careful. Make sure the defensive structure is up. They can be aggressive. But make sure no easy ball back into the defensive zone. That one, nice clearance coming forth. Cortex has been dangerous in the position, but he's high. Stays out for the corner at the moment. Under a minute here, Digital Bacon looking for another one.
And we found another one as Aussie Gaming get their 3rd goal of the match. Everyone on Aussie Gaming with 1 goal and 1 save. These guys are starting to rotate quite well and get all about the pitch. Here we go, Cortex going up against Zachary. It's off to the side, Chris. Just hit up, just hit the ceiling going down. Again, Aussie Gaming suddenly really clustering up. Gotta work on that. Three hitting over to the side. But figure 8 now, they've got to find goals, don't they, boys? With only 30 seconds left.
Well, it's a bit of a tough challenge when it's in the defensive zone, but Chris is the one who lit it up a little bit earlier, and it's just been non-existent in this one. So, look, I did say he needed to share the load, but not let it entirely go. He needs a goal. Last 15. I think this is beyond him, and Cortex! Oh! The up and nanny! Double defense up, and they could not stop this one. Cortex with a power play.
Yeah, Cortex there coming rocketing on in, using all that space he had just here, and unfortunately Figure 8 couldn't get up to that top left corner, even with 2 men going up for it. That's got to be the final nail in the coffin, as we're coming down to the last 6 seconds, and Aussie Gaming, they're just going to square it on up, 1-1 going into the last 3rd game.
Essentially, you want it to be a best of 3, don't you?
Yeah.
Savage. Not going to happen. It's
Cortex
the best
there as well.
It's the best of 5 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be interesting to see how Figure 8 respond. But Aussie Gaming playing a lot better in that game. And they look to sort of, they settle the nerves, and then they look to sort of use each other. Cortex making the opportunity of out the back decisions, and Figure 8 really being caught up upfield. I mean, that's where the issues were in this gameplay. So just at the end of the day, Figure 8, it's got to go back to how they were working in the first. 50-50s, quicker play, give Chris the ball. As much as I don't want to encourage solo play, Chris was dominant in the first, and then he just took a back step and it completely went downhill from there. His teammates, well, Zachary got a great chance for him, but Chris just couldn't find himself the ball, and it's probably his teammates need to help him get the, I don't know. The gameplay is interesting.
Gameplay is interesting to be able to see where mistakes are happening. Like being able to contrast it up against the semi-pro level. It is interesting to see the difference, isn't it, Bizer?
It's look, when you go from what was considering probably high-end play, not the top end, but high-end down to sort of what would be probably be the average gameplay. We're not going all the way down to the rookies. That's boys are just starting, but these guys, you don't see them flying through the air as much, but they do have some strategical plays.
Here we go. We're going to have Cortex kicking it off, but Chris has got the favours. That's dropping down for Jones. The hit on out. He's got a good hit. Jay's being able to clear that one out, though. It's up high. Can Jay do anything? Gets on to center. Can Chris finish it off? Oh, my God. All good names. What a good save there to be able to stop that. Bouncing around the corner. All good names. Knocking on down. Cortex. Interesting choice there. That's up high over to the other side. Jonesy getting a touch, heading it towards the goal, but Zachary's able to clear it on out. He's following it up now. He's going to try and get that towards the goal, and all good names again. Just being that wall for the Aussie Gaming defense here.
Very early on in this game, it's been set down on the side for Aussie Gaming to work pretty hard. Now they're going to get forward. They could go anyway. Depending on both of the games, it's been such a dominant display by both of the teams. Aussie Gaming probably more so, a little bit better at the moment, but it's got to make sure that the defensive structure. I have said it a little bit earlier. If they don't have that on song, it can go completely against them.
Jonesy knocking over to the corner, not getting much from it though. As that's high. You see Cortex drop on down. It does. It's not at the goal and it's wide, so that's handed on over. Zachary getting blocked out though by all good names. Chris hitting up high. Can Zachary get another touch? Can. Cortex keeping it to the side. Again, just this pressure coming
Nice
out
touch.
from Aussie Gaming.
Oh.
Can it finish off? Oh. Jay denies it, but again, Aussie Gaming picking up, trying to get this attack going. Gap there, but not able to capitalise on it.
Oh, they'll get there. About to say that's risky. For the ball does dribble that far as well. They had two up on the net, and then they missed their opportunity. And that's the thing. A lot of this gameplay comes down to communication. It's probably where it lacks the most. The guys get really aggressive on the front end, and they don't talk. They just end up committing doubles, and even at times the triple man at the ball, and it can be completely. It can be so damaging down when it goes over the back of the head in for a goal. They definitely don't want to give the goal away at the moment, either team.
Also, another thing that I've picked up is that both teams, they do know about, like, you know, their rotations and that, just not how to do them exactly right.
Oh!
The way to put it. Oh, Chris there just missing the ball, fortunately.
It was a clever little maneuver from Zach. He's going hard at the moment. Chris, oh, he loves these shots.
He's
We've
found
seen him. He's waiting. He's lurking in the shadows. He turns the corner, grabs the boost. He comes straight out to him. He's like, yes, please. Thank you very much.
Chris,
I'll take it.
Chris knows how to hit the ball hard and fast into the goal, doesn't he? Hit them home every single time. But Jonesy is taking it over to the side now as he's won that. But Zachary able to read it and follow him through. He's going to try and get another touch. As that's bounced up high, can Jay get to it? No, says Jonesy, and follows it through. Chris trying to keep that pressure up. So it's up high in the corner. Chris knocking it towards the centre.
Oh.
Just not there in time though, as Jonesy takes it to the side.
Good to see these boys having a crack, both of them. Chris now. He's the one who had absolute blinder in the first, went to sleep in the second. Seems to be woken up at the moment, but we'll let the rest of the game be the judge of that. There's 1:40 remaining. Still some time for plenty more goals to be scored, especially the way these two teams are playing. Oh, it's so close!
Oh my God!
So far! No! Not like this!
How does that happen? That's so unfortunate. What's that?
Jonesy!
Can Jonesy finish off? Yes, he can.
Jonesy! Oh yeah, good old Jonesy play. Comes for the bounce down. And home. I love Jonesy. That's such a good name. I want Jonesy to be the next best player in OCL.
Just love saying it. And it's great to
I
shout.
just loved it. If Jonesy did an absolute ripper off the top net, come down, second or third effort, like the double touch, the Devo of anything, I'd be like, Jonesy! Yeah, it's just going to be nuts. There you go, I've done it. He can clip that for
There you
himself.
go, Jonesy. You've got high hopes on you, buddy. You've got a
Expectations
big
now,
name to
Jonesy.
live up to.
You're done, mate. It's the ending of Jonesy, everyone. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. Let's get back to it. It's under a minute
Also-
remaining, 1-0 at the moment, and the series is 1-0 in this final, and it's the rookies playing.
Here we go. We got Jay trying to get on past. Both Jonesy and Jay missing it. Vortex just... There's a scramble going on in that corner. Jonesy getting it past Zachary here. Cool. Great, guys. They're back. Nothing really going on.
Chat's followed with it. They go, imagine if Alpha Sydney just changed the name to Jonesy. Jonesy to Jonesy.
Love that.
Jonesy! Yeah, anyways, I'm done.
Keeping up with the Jonesies, eh?
Yeah.
So that's bouncing down. Chris is going to try and get a big clear out as it goes down to the corner. Vortex getting over to the center. Can Zachary capitalize on it? No, he can't. Vortex getting that past Jay. Chris being the only man back. And he works it out. One-man army in the defense there, Chris.
Oh, don't
This
tell me
has
it
got to
happened
be
to me.
going to overtime.
Nice, Jonesy.
Jonesy didn't.
Jonesy clutches.
Hey. But yeah, we're going to see Quartex go up against Jay here. So that's going off to the side. Chris, big hit towards the backboard. Oh, I thought Chris was going to get that just from a mistake. Quartex has got up high. Can all good names do something with this? No, he can't. And nor can Quartex, but Jonesy, as always, is back there.
Jonesy,
Oh!
come on!
Come on! Chris here is getting out the wall. Vortex,
Oh,
get
that's
off.
dangerous.
That's a big mistake. Can Jay finish it off? Jonesy is always back there, loving this lad tonight.
He's all over the place. He's loving the offensive pressure, and along with the defense rotation, has it on the sink. I think it's just Team Jonesy. Screw Aussie Gaming. We're renaming them. It's Team Jonesy taking on Figure 8.
Here we go. That's dropping over. Vortex and Jonesy both losing it, but Jonesy has the space to work with now. Jay gets up high over to the corner. Vortex has to do something. Gets up high. Oh, he's able to get on past, but Chris there. Jonesy clearing on out. That's going round to
Jonesy.
the backboard. Vortex
Savage.
getting in the way of Jonesy. Jonesy's trying to take everything on his shoulders here.
Tell you what, the man is lethal right now, and as much as I love the one-man effort and just the Jonesy sequencism that we're getting, he needs to involve his teammates, and they're working extraordinarily hard on the back line as well. If they're going to get anything, this overtime is insane. Chris as well for the boys of Figure 8. He's been the playmaker, but they're going to try and get one over the top. It's cleared back out, but all the good names are taken. Oh, I don't know where this is going to go. It's going to happen soon, but... Oh, Jonesy.
To the backboard. This is
Jonesy,
dangerous.
no!
No! Oh, was not expecting that roll down. They're so hard to predict if it's going to get up right into that corner. Chris clearing it on out. It's past all good names. Vortex getting in the way, causing a bit of hassle. Can Jay do anything? Send it to the corner. He's going to try and follow it around. Jay's clearing it on out. Chris knocking it on down. Vortex is sending it up high. Zachary versus Jonesy. Zachary's come off. Oh, all good names
Rotation's
being
out here.
great.
Oh, no one hits the ball. Everyone's whiffed!
No,
No, the ball!
Vortex
It's open
whiffed it. What's gonna
defense! Jonesy gives it to the offensive
Zachary's
player,
got it.
and he finishes it!
like,
The pressure was
2 minutes
immense! It's so intense right now.
love that from Zachary as well. Just, oh my god. And that's the way to explain that. Just everyone's minds going into overdrive, just overthinking everything. And it's led to such a whiff-tastic goal. And Zachary just coming in, just going, if no one's going to get this out, I'll just put it in then.
Look, I'll be honest with you, Digital Bacon. I don't have this much experience in calling the lower end side of it, but you could just understand sort of the mindset of how these guys are playing. It's overtime, it's 2 minutes, it's tough, the pressure's on, it's all about the mistakes. And the thing is, these guys are not tournament sort of worn. They don't have this real intense experience, especially playing for keys or in a competition. So they're all sweating at the moment. One whiff equals another. The other person misses it, times it, and then the pressure goes, oh, I don't want to miss this because it's in front of goals. And you're like, it is the gameplay level. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to someone going, right, I'm going to focus on hitting the ball in the back of the net. Made it happen, and they got the clutch goals to Figure Eight, taking it at the end of the day. The Jonesy team couldn't get it done.
Yeah, like you said, at the higher level, one team that starts to get panicked, really it shows, and they'll start going down and getting worse. But here, when you've got both teams panicking and scrambling for the ball, anything can happen. That's just proven there.
Well, it's the final of the rookies tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Next coming up is the semi-pro finals for the Vape Esports Friday night, week number 20. It's Bizer and Digital back with your call as we get into round number 4. Does Figure Eight take it away, or is Aussie Gaming get themselves back into it? We'll find out.
Here we go. Jonesy getting off over to the Wolves, starting a big attack. Zachary getting in the way. Cortex just going a little bit wide of the goal. If he just sent that down into the bottom right, he would have got it. Big redirect there. So that's just keeping the offensive pressure up. Cortex has sent it up high, trying to get on pass, but Chris has got to it. Zachary just waiting for the ball to drop. Use that time. He's got it in the corner. Got it past all good names. He's got it past all the members. But, oh my God, being able to get that one out. What a save.
Oh, Jonesy, careful, mate. Pressure's on. Cortex will send us down line. Jonesy should take the boost here and follow up the wall. Instead, he backs off. Probably not a bad call at the end of the day. It's a really hard ball to read as you go up on the wall. But Aussie Gaming, just have to be careful with the start. They want the first goal. Can't allow Figure Eight to grab control.
Goes up high. Can Jonesy get to it? Yes, he can. And in reverse, Zachary, big hit forward, but Cortex is able to stop it. Get a little turnaround as well. That's up high. That's going to drop in front of the goal. Can Jonesy do something? It's too high. This lad is trying to just pop off this evening, but unfortunately, he was a little bit wide on that attack. Chris knocking it on forward. Rolling around the corner. Cortex. Can Jay do anything? Again, goes too wide.
Oh, nice sack.
But Zachary there to clean up.
So often we see rookies come into this position where Zach was and pop it too high. This time he actually goes to the little jump at the end here and just keeps the car low, the nose down, and times it perfectly. So some good practice and mechanical skill at the end there for Zach, considering the level that they're playing at. They get the first goal here, Figure Eight, and it's sort of not what Aussie Gaming were looking for. Jones is going to have a bit of a trouble heading into the next 3 minutes of the game. Let's see if he can do something amazing, hey?
Oh, he tried there as well. But Cortex is waiting around. He's going to try to keep his pressure up. Jonesy's just right below him. Oh, Jonesy now hitting it up. He's going to try rolling this around. We're seeing this ball in this position so often tonight in this final. Again, dropping on down. They're trying to drop it on down to the center for a play to pick on up.
Such a drop there.
See?
I don't
Here
know.
you go.
Have I lost your digital back and you don't get that one?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. It's an Australian thing. You need to look it up a little bit later. I'm not going to explain it on stream.
Send me a link. Oh, that's dropped down. Can they capitalize? Yes, all good names. Being able to capitalize on that situation. What happened there, Bizer?
Cortex plays it outside. Chris mistimes this here, and the defensive rotation also caught out by the play of the opposition play. I think that was Cortex still putting the pressure on. And Chris tried to reset at the end there. It was sort of just great control by all good names not to blaze away and go early to sort of time that nicely. So able to get a counter right now. We're halfway down in game number 4. Figure Eight have the lead in the series, and it is the grand final point. So they can take it here, but it's all about Aussie Gaming, how they play out the last half.
Yeah, Aussie Gaming have a big step to make as they are a game down here. This is match point for Figure Eight. Just got to get one more goal to be able to separate them. Zachary here sending it up high. That's going towards the backboard, but Cortex has just dropped it all down. Chris has got to it. That's the goal that Figure Eight needed.
Yeah, Chris has been so damaging when he gets sort of in the path, the ball dropping down in front of his car, and just that dominant turn. Very nice. I love the explosions now. I was so like bedazzled by it at the start. I'm going, I don't really like it, but it's sort of worn on me now. I'm liking these little ball, the ball explosions into the goal.
Yeah, I remember beforehand. It was almost like we were talking about it, and it's almost like the explosions are bedazzling Rocket League. We just want to see some great content. And I don't know, they do grow on you, don't they, the explosions? I love the purple one personally. So that's close, nearly going in the goal. Jay's coming in, swooping down, but that's blocked out by Jonesy. Oh, Chris here, trying to keep this pressure up. Past Jay, and that can Zachary do something? He can, he sends it over to the back, tries to get on down. Oh, he's going over his teammates. Cortex has got to start a good counter here. Chris gets it over Cortex, that's impressive. Jay just hitting on out, keeping his pressure up. As long as the ball doesn't go down into the figure eight side, I think figure eight would be happy, wouldn't they?
Well, it's a minute remaining right now, so figure eight are like, we're in a good spot, we've got up a game, we're up a goal as well. Right now we've got this, all we're going to do is play defensive. They don't need to worry about scoring anymore. They're just going to make sure the defensive structure is set. Aussie Gaming, well, it is pretty much going to come down to Jonesy. No, I'm joking. They all need to work hard at getting forward on this. But Jonesy might want to take a piece of the action himself and get his team back into it.
Off to the backboard. Chris trying to find Zachary there, but can't. All good names, starting the attack, moving it downfield. Jay hitting it out, and that's a good hit indeed. Jonesy, big, powerful hit over into the figure eight corner. Good names, sending that, wrapping around. Put down by Chris. Jonesy again, going for the same route. Leaves it. That's dropping on down. And Zachary getting a good hit out, diffusing the situation and sending it on down to the Aussie Gaming corner.
Ball back in the last 10 seconds. They need to die to get this chance. Jonesy's gone too aggressive. Chris with a counter. I think this will spare the end of it. Zach just needs to put it out to the corner now. Oh, Jonesy almost tags it. But that is essentially it, ladies and gentlemen. The rookies are decided. It is figure eight that take the final out 3-1 over Aussie Gaming. Well done to the boys of figure eight.
Yeah.
Zachary, Chris, and Jay. Well done, boys.
Yeah, really well earned by them. And let's not count out Aussie Gaming there. They really put in the effort as well. Even though this was a low level, it was a really enjoyable watch, wasn't it, Bizer?
Yeah, look, as much as you sort of the caliber we've been calling all night, these boys really gave it a crack. And you could see the early nerves at the start, which was making the decision-making was really sort of on the fly for all these guys, and sort of as they come into game 3 and 4, it started to become calculated. And there was a moment in that overtime where you guys are on the edge of the seat, and yes, they whiffed the hell out of it, but it's because they're trying to make sure they don't stuff up in terms of the context of play. I'll assume these guys will rewatch the stream and have a look at it, and they'll look at getting the defensive structure set back in place. I think that's where it'll be at for these boys, just to get that going in themselves. And then working on the strategy with a pass play will start to lift them up. So, now well done to both teams, but figure eight too strong in the end.
Agreed. Now, we're just going to quickly go into a break, ladies and gentlemen, before we get the semi-pro finals for you. Remember, you can donate to that over on Matcherino. But Bizer, buddy, the prize pool, $107.
Oh, my goodness.
Guys,
you guys
tonight,
are mad.
You lot, yeah, you're amazing. We thank you so much. Vapor Esports thanks you. You're absolutely beautiful people.
You guys are an absolute legend. So it's absolutely crazy stuff, and you can still donate tonight. Get that Matcherino up. That's practically $120 Australian. So that's fantastic. Let's have a quick look and shout out. So it's Daddy Longlegs with $20. Very good Tawny boys. Wheathouse was $17. Bents, please drink. Poor man's getting drunk again. Cheeky Chunk with a $10. Hit me up. I want to cast for you lads. Well, there you go. Well, mate, send us a PM, mate, and we'll see what you. We'll get you on here. We'll get you on the Vape Esports tournaments and an OCE Rocket League. That's what it's all about. Getting the community to step up and do the things they want to do. And give him a platform to do it on. Night Monk with the 10 contributing all night long. Guys, I've got a feeling that is not done yet. So get on it. It's all about Matcherino. We'll leave you with the ad of that. What is Matcherino? And we'll be back with the final tonight. This is semi-pros coming up next. It's Artificial taking on Element 6. Bizer and Digital Bacon with your call. We'll see you right after this.
Matcherino gives you the power to directly support your favorite tournaments and gaming scenes. Head over to this tournament's Matcherino page, sign in with your Twitch account, and if there's a coupon code, donate $1 for free by entering it. To help the prize pool grow even more, you can add a personal donation that will go directly to the players. You can also check out the rewards. If you see something you like, you can buy it and support the event. Rewards can be purchased through PayPal or with points that you accumulate by watching the stream. Best of all, contributions edge closer to the stretch goals, providing extra content for fans if the goal is reached. Esports communities are growing with your help. Get more of what you like by supporting now.
Sent on its way to power shot and cleans out the goal line. Easy goal, for the Lions. Just here's the thing: they put a shot on out for Sydney, but they do the disciplined thing.
It's not allowed.
No, that's bad. Oh my goodness, Drippay! What are you doing? What a goal! Then again, just come off a 3-game straight. Oh, Dreamy, that's very touch. Well, prove me wrong. Just gets in a good spot and slaps. Nowhere to be seen. Challenging on the back now is a demo. A 2v1. The pop and play. Decker. Can he light it up? He goes out right. Decker! The moments of heroes and legends aboard. It's Decker with a big game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Live. My name is Bizer. Joining me is Digital Bacon, all the way from the UK. We are finally down to the end, the business end of this tournament tonight. It's Element 6 taking on Artificial and going into the grand final. It's going to be an epic one. We are waiting for the players to get set into the lobby before we go into the game tonight. But essentially, let's give you the build-up that was Digital Bacon. Take us through the run of these teams and how they progressed here tonight.
Yeah, earlier on tonight, we saw both, Artificial and Element 6 in the semis. And we also saw Element 6 in the quarterfinals, making their way on through. Element 6 took 2-0 against We're Always Clutch, and then beating GTX 3-2 in a best of 5 to get here. But both semis were best of 5s. The turnout tonight and the teams playing was just such highly skilled. It's incredible. Artificial there just unfortunately taken the win from Perth Kappa because unfortunately the guys from Perth, they had to leave. They're at a LAN right now, ladies and gentlemen. Which LAN is that, Bizer?
They're at Escape Portal Gaming Lounge. So essentially they were at a venue together playing next to each other. So same ping, same computers, same everything. I've been kicked from party. What has happened?
Unfortunately, one of the players joined a little bit too early, a bit too eager to get on in, and it started the match. So we just happened to recreate the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and get you an invite in. Bizer currently joining the room, but yeah,
you don't want to worry about it, but it just happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you always get little mistakes happening during tournaments, like we've had the problems with XSplit tonight. But you just roll with the punches, you get on through.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been a great tournament. Oh. Payback leaving me in here. I don't know what's quite going on. But anyway, Bizer, the class that we've seen tonight from both Artificial Element 6, I'm impressed. This is my second time casting OCE content, and boy howdy, is it good.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get myself set. So, and we go in a minute. Hopefully, we all go in. I don't know if we're in or not. So we'll just wait for that. But look, you're not wrong, mate. And the thing about this Digital Bacon is we look at this and we go, this is not the best OCE's got to offer. It essentially, like, these teams are up and coming, and it's a really good sort of structure to have a look at what teams could potentially be the next top 6 or the next top 10 in the power rankings in the next 6 months. That's what I meant to go with the 6. But and that's what I like about it. Like tonight's tournament, and for the 3 weeks that semi-pros have played out with the rookies, it really gives a chance to develop and grow. Where we see a lot of the top-tier teams play in an ESL, Throwdown, Mocket, all these leagues are coming into play where they're going to get their chance to play and to dominate and do whatnot. So there really needs to be a format that helps what we consider semi-pros, not playing in the top 8 or the top 10 in the region, a chance to play in a real competitive environment, and this is what tonight's about. So as much as we hear a lot of complaining from the guys at the top scene, there really isn't a platform that gives a real high entertainment level that gives these guys chances to perform. And saying that, they're getting ready to go here, Digital Bacon, so we should just be quiet and get into this grand final. You guys are tuning in right now. I want your tips. Tell us who is going to take this match as we get on in. It'll be Digital Bacon with your call for the first one here. It's the best of 7, Element 6 taking on Artificial.
Here we go, Jay Cook versus Pickett. Pickett's coming off with the win. Daddy Longlegs is going to try and send that to the corner. Fant's got the boost though. It's going on out. Still not going into that ping pong place. These teams looking so aggressive, and Fant just getting knocked out there by Trip. Pickett, he's going to have a crack at goal. It's just a little bit too high. And Scribs, he can't drop it on down. Get there, trying to get control now though. Fant going on out. Trip just missing a little bit. Daddy Longlegs wasn't an effective play forward. Pickett now, it's a little bit wide out. And these teams, we've seen what they can do. But can they do even better? Yes, says Fant, doesn't he? Bizer.
I'll tell you what, that was fantastic. Have a look at this. Jay Cook out on the defensive goalie. It opens it up. Then the touch to come in by Vaint. I'm on the wrong person, but you get what I see from the distance. It's just lovely played out, and sort of this is where it comes. If you guys are actually looking to learn a little bit more about the strategical game, the strategy that needs to be deployed. If you have an attack on the ball, if you're not going to get a goal, you go bump or you demo the goal line player or the rotation player out. And that's what a lot of top tier teams are doing these days. And I'm not going to expect any less from the boys tonight.
Yeah. And there we go. Our official Pickett himself equalising it on out and 1 minute in.
It's a nice touch from Scribs. Pickett's and Daddy Longlegs right there, bringing it back in. And Artificial, it was a tough game that they come up against the Perth Kappa. And look, they essentially had Outlast to take on one of the real best 1v1s in the region. So you could see he was lining up, flying off the roof, doing all sorts of things. And essentially they lost that semi, but they took it to the 5th and they made a challenge of it. So they do have the skill to go tonight and will have to challenge the boys of Element 6, but well and truly they have the favourites in this game.
Here we go, Frank getting it up the side. He's going to try and get that on out. He does get towards the centre. Daddy Longleg being able to just keep that pressure up, and so can Pickett. Trying to find that goal, but Tripp gets it on out. Ooh, Tripp just leaving that, not wanting to hit over to the centre there. Fant getting a good clear. Can Pickett do something? No, it rolls past him, but he's got the time to work with here. That's sent in the corner. Scribs going to try and get that pass over the Pickett. Use the backboard, but well read there. Tripp knocking on high, and the pace has really slowed down for this second minute of the game, hasn't it, Visor?
Well, I expect the first game here. We've been on a bit of a break since we watched the rookies play their final out, so it's been a 30-minute gap for at least one of these teams, and probably, I would say, maybe 40 minutes for the other, being that the boys of Element 6 probably picked their place a little bit earlier in the semi, so they have been patient so far, but it's about getting themselves into the right place at the right time, and Tripp, he puts in a second goal.
Tripp there. Ooh, really good touch there, just being able to spin it on around and get it into the goal. Daddy Longlegs wasn't able to just get up and in the way of it. Unfortunate for him, but very fortunate for Element 6, who's taking this now 2-1. Tripp taking up high, going for the backboard. Can he get a second touch? No, he can't. And Pickett gets it on out. Cook send it on over to Fant. Scribs getting in the way. Jay Cook's picked it on up. Pickett's again got it. Can he get control? Yes, he's not over Daddy Longlegs. That's up high. Fant is able to defuse the situation and get that on over to the artificial corner. It's back out again. We're starting to see this ping pong where both teams are just basically trying to play safe here.
That's
just
dangerous.
trying to hammer it on into goal.
So Pickett's risky play to come across, and essentially almost got the touch, but it was a little bit wide. Probably wasn't happy with his efforts at the end, considering that he could have had that one. And a chance for the boys to square it up. Again, Pickett's going to go high on this point, but nothing real convincing. And a double commit, it's going to force the third player up. They can maybe make this work. Scribs almost. No, it's challenged out. And they'll be coming back out. E6 should have a clearance. It's bent back in the middle, and like you said, it's the good old ping pong game right now. No one able to grab a clear possession going forward.
There you go, both players missing that, but Tripp has got a big old clear over to the corner. Scribs going to try and follow it through in the air. Doesn't get much from it though. It's nothing, in fact. Again, the ball's just lingering here. No one being able to get on in. And Longleg's going to be trying to get on over to that, but Tripp, wonderful clear out. That's dropping down. Can anything come of this?
And that's how broken the demos is. Two quick demos, quick fire coming out from the man Joe Cook, and now Tripp's been taken out, so the demos are definitely a key factor. Look, I think what needs to happen for either team is they need to utilise this backboard. Get a big clearance coming off the back line and use the backboard, come in for the second touch. No one's going to be able to stop that the way the game's going.
Yeah, they've got to really utilise those big clearances, as Bice would say. So that's over the corner. Tripp's got it on. Do anything. Pickett's able to get on out. And Jay Cook, wonderful little hammer on him.
Let's have a look at this. Pickett's placed into the backboard, but what he doesn't realise is how dangerous that play was. For him also needed to just take his time and pinch it against the wall, let it wrap around the end. It's sort of those decisions you have to be clever about. Either get the underside, get it high, but he just put it into the backboard. Jacob Cook was waiting for it. And look, the thing is, it was back in the hot spot, back in the midfield. You don't ever want to put a play there when you're trying to clear.
Jay Cook here still going up to aggress that. No longer is getting the power, but that's wrapping around with 0 seconds left. Yeah, Element 6 take the first game of this best of 7, ladies and gents.
Strong play from the start from Element 6. Gives them the lead that they're looking for. And the best thing about it, even though it wasn't high scoring, they're all of them on the board. 3 goals, they all got in the play with assists. What we have to really pull out of this was Joe Cook. He really started to set the field alight with a lot of demos, which put Artificial out on the rotation. Weren't able to get back or set anything long. And when they looked to go forward, they couldn't connect because the defense was there just holding it on. Now, they weren't challenged in terms of shots on goal, and that's probably the real lacking fear from Artificial. They weren't on target, they weren't making the 50-50s, and they weren't back in the backline play to go forward. They need to change it up big time if they're going to have any sort of structure coming into the next couple of games.
Oh, definitely agree. They just pick it on up. And Element 6, every time we've seen them, they've just got that little bit better. Artificial, though, they looked good, and they should be strong enough to completely butt heads with Element 6 here and take it in their own right. But only time will tell as we go on into this.
Well, it's game number 2. Best of 7 tonight. You're here on OC Rocket League with Bizer and Digital Bacon. We're ready for the game number 2. Let's go.
Here we go. We're going to see Daddy Longleg going up against Jay Cook. And Daddy Longleg powering it on through. Doesn't get the redirect. Scribs send it up to the backboard after that 50-50. Hicks now up high. Scribs getting another touch. Again to the backboard. Didn't see that Pickett was also going up for it. Jay Cook's going to try and get us on round. The demo there from Jay Cook onto Daddy Longlegs. Let's see if that does something. Oh, but Scribs gets it in the end and clears it on out. Down in the center. Cook getting over. Trying to keep up this pressure here as Pickett's able, again, getting it off that corner, send it down to the center, and Daddy Longlegs with these clears. Artificial here, they need to turn these clears into opportunities, don't they, Bizer?
That's not too bad. Oh. But to be honest, just long shots are not going to do justice, especially in this game style. The rotation will be back here for Element 6. They won't allow any easy ball to go across, and then here's one over the top backboard play. Double commit for the midfield. Interesting as Pickett comes back out. But this is where it gets lost for me. Like, I look at this whole play in its entirety. They just clear up, but they don't look for their teammates or the small touches. They just send it out, hoping for the best, and it gets counted every single time.
Here we go now, dropping on around. Tripp not getting it, but Cook there wonderfully able to pick that one up, clearing up the situation. Fant's going to go back now as Daddy Longlegs looks to hit downfield. Fant dropping it. Scribs picking it on up, using the corner. Tripp just missing it, and Scribs, he's got to pass on over to Daddy Longlegs, but Cook is able to clear it on out. Pressure still strong here from Artificial. Element 6 finally getting it out of their half here.
Oh, nice little touch coming out of Jay Cook. Oh, that's tight. That's a tight angle. Look at this bounce here. Daddy Legs brings it outside, but it comes off the wall, and then he just counters on the outside. The defense just mistimed that, and to be honest, you want to probably go more inside than out, and he elected to go outside. And look, in any sport, you always play the inside of the man, and he just he made the wrong choice. But who knows? He might have actually accidentally made that, or we're flicking the wrong side because it's such quick action. You just don't know whether it's going to go right or left.
Yep, reaction is definitely playing a major key role here. Scribs, powerful hit towards the goal.
Nice block.
Good reactions, as we were just saying, by Feint to get on up. Fant. Sorry, on up. Double commit there. Moving out
it's okay. We're going to rename
Feint's a cool name, that's why, isn't it?
Yeah, we're renaming Fant to Feint. Done. No questions whatsoever. Halfway down right now in game number 2. It's a 1-goal lead for Element 6. They want number 2. Not going to happen. It's blocked back out by Pickett's. Artificial need to get themselves on the scoreboard. Really risky play right now, but just got to work together.
It's up high. Can Daddy Longlegs do anything? No, he can't because Trip is there way before him. That's dropping down. Pickets. Out for a little touch to get on down into the corner. Fant's got to get this on out. Sorry, I mean Feint. As Feint now moves down towards the corner. Pickets trying to clear it on out, but Trip is in the way. That's a big hit from Daddy Longlegs. Is that going to drop on down? Well read from Jay Cook there.
Still the pressure's on. And we're seeing some real interesting touches being set out by Element 6. Doing some different stuff on the field. So they're actually testing out their ability to get some redirection plays in. Or I'm just getting real worried the fact that it's going to work. And that's so unfortunate for Artificial. They should have had a goal there to tie it up, and now they have to go back into their own defense just to get a chance to go forward again.
Yeah, those goals definitely... Ooh!
No!
Oh, that would have been a spectacular play if it had paid off, but it didn't. Artificial here with 1 minute 10 left are really looking strong, but just not being able to put that ball into the net, just going wide, hitting those posts each and every time.
We talk about those demos, especially when you go supersonic. You might be playing the ball, the player gets the deflection of the ball, then you demo them afterwards. So we're trying to see where that comes into the context of the game, where it really gets it upset. But essentially, it's probably been a null and void there. So the 50-50 with a demo at the end gets more of a defensive structure back for the player. So might be beneficial for the defending team.
Scribbs knocking that down. That's going into a weird angle for him. Fant's going up. Getting much of a touch. Can anyone from Artificial get on the end of that? No. Jay Cook's now starting. He's looking for that goal. It's blocked out by Daddy Longlegs.
Oh, talk, boys. Go talk. Oh,
20 seconds left. Artificial really got to be feeling the heat here, and they're really trying, aren't they, Bizer?
Yeah, look, they're having a crack. It's not bad, but they almost get caught out in defense there. Redirection's on. Fant's there to stop that, but Scripps, he's got enough time. Oh, he goes up the wall. He needed to stay on the floor. Pickets won't hold that. That'll be down. And that's Element 6 picking up game number 2, but just by a goal. Artificial, again, look, we talk about the gameplay. It was almost 80% of passage of play, Element 6. Just going forward, they kept slamming it forward. The redirections, they had more shots on goals. Funny enough, they've actually sort of equaled. Oh, lie, I can't count. That's what was it, 8 and
one more goal.
Yeah,
from
well, look, they had the same number of shots, but Element 6 had so much more control going forward. Yet they just couldn't capitalise on it. Artificial just sort of really forced onto defensive structure. But you saw from Artificial, they just kept clearing it and not using their teammates. We see from a lot of strategies that the top-end teams take, when they go out with a clearance, they look to send it wide or drop it short to a teammate that's going to be there to get a redirection. Now, as soon as that quick play happens, it puts the defending team on the back foot, and then they think twice where they need to be positioned and overgas themselves. And we haven't seen Element 6 being put in that position as of yet in this grand final. So really, Artificial, they just need to start to use each other a little bit more efficiently, and it'll start to put Element 6 second guessing and put them on the pedestal to go, hey, you're going to lift or you're going to drop.
Yeah, carrying on from your point, it's just so simple. Just talk to each other, lads. Just tell your teammate where you're thinking you're going to be, or tell the guy who's on the ball, look, I'm going to be back post. That sort of play is just what Artificial need to work on now, and that could see them through this and equalise up. Daddy Longlegs getting the post. The post is just going against them for Artificial as well tonight, isn't it, Bizer?
Yeah, look, we did see it before. They were slightly wide. The post got in the way. There's been a couple of opportunities where they could have made the most of it. And that also comes down to the point. If they don't make the most of the opportunities, it's not going to be good. It has been all in the favour of Element 6 and they had the luck of the game so far.
Go Fant on the ball, knocking it forward. Getting the 50-50 and winning it. Daddy Longlegs send it up to the backboard. Hit on out. That's way past the Artificial guys. Fant with the shot, but Daddy Longlegs wonderfully blocked on out.
They're very lucky to get away with that one, Digital Bacon. And they left it for Feint, and he could have placed that anyway. He just elected to try and put it simple. They're very lucky that they turned and at least covered that defensive line. That was close. Almost first goal.
Jay Cook over the Trip. Trip gonna follow on now. Trying to get up and hit Hickett's out the way. Cook not being able to hit the ball though. Fan up high in the air. Hickett's able going to be easily over to the side. Trip hit it to the backboard. No one there to pick it up though. Fan 50-50 in with Scribs. Fan going up now. Hitting it down. Just trying to keep that pressure down into the artificial side.
Pickets. Oh. Really wanted him to do something there, but just misread the jump.
Fan sending it up high. Is it going to be Pickett or Fans that comes off with his Pickets? Trip being able to clear it on over the side, but Daddy Longlegs, he's got time to work with. That's a big miscommunication there. It's Daddy Longleg, I think he was expecting Scripps to go up for that, wasn't he, Bison?
Well, it's all the question games now. It's a different game. Artificial are not just blazing away. It's better. And they're able to get the second and third effort touch. This is better shot on goal. It causes Vade to go. Very lucky, and well, he's working hard on the saves right now.
Yeah, Fans definitely being that last man back all the time, being able to get those saves, and he's really quite good at it, being able to avert the situation. Jay Cook in that field. Just getting blocked out. Let's over to the side. That's going to linger on down. Can Trip do anything?
Daddy.
Oh my God.
So I'm sitting with Daddy Longlegs here. He gets up over the wall. This is actually a strategy that should come off for him, where he comes off and just clears it out, but he mistimes the jump. It drops down Jay Cook. That's an everyday shot for him. He's never going to miss it. And there is the goal that Element 6 are looking for. With the way the second game panned out, this is really worrying for Artificial. They've had the opportunities at goals. Again, defense has held well, and they haven't put demos into play. I think demos and sending one player forward for redirections, trusting in defense to try and to actually work a defensive clearance and then get a redirection up forward is where they need to go. They have to back each other in.
Yeah, you've just got to have that trust in your teammates. Jay Cook getting that 50-50. Send it up high. Trip send it to corner. That's going to bounce around to the center, and Fan is going to get that in.
Yeah, good work movement here from Trip coming off the back line. Sends it out to the corner, which you always know that's going to come back in. And Fans, well, just there to finish it off. Up on the aggressive point. Artificial working really hard just to get the ball forward. Out of rotation. Quick ball over the back. Every day of the week is going to be a hard one to save. Not able there. 2 goals down coming into game 3. It's not looking good. Still they have a game up, or a game to play if it goes 3-0, but it's not a place you want to be to try and reverse sweep in the grand final best of 7.
Yeah, reverse sweeps takes so much mentality to get on through. Jay Cook wonderfully cleared out there. Ribs being able to respond to it though. The Trip able to absorb all that pressure and just, keep playing with it.
I'm going to put it out there for you guys at in chat right now, listening at home. What do Artificial need to do to get one up on Element 6? Where they need to go? Like, it's all good listening to us talk about it and really break it down, but I want to know what the public view is.
Definitely, there's a lot. Rocket League can be about a lot of opinions, especially with different strategies, can't it, Weiser? So maybe we're giving them a bit of advice, but Artificial finally seeing that goal with Scribs.
So I only see it was DDoS them. No, mate, not going to do it. I like what Scribs does here. Gets up early on it. He knows the ball's going up, so he just places himself on the far side of it so he can guide and turn the car in. A really easy, simple goal that shouldn't be missed, and they're able to get one back. It's promising now, but with a minute remaining, it's the red time that's really worrying. Don't want to see it. That's been really good in defense, in my opinion.
Definitely. He's just being able to block it on out. He gets here. Can try and get off the backboard over Daddy Longlegs, but Trip is in the way. Here. Ooh. Sorry, I was going to say that Element 6 are just able to absorb all of this aggression, aren't they?
They Longlegs just missed times. They need to turn the car slightly more, but also feather back. Yeah, too much pace going in. There's a redirection coming up from Trip, but he's wide. Fan again are off the backboard. Jacob should be able to swallow this up, and he stays back. Defense holding. The final 10 seconds to be played out. Oh, right then you just want Artificial put on target. The second shot, it's there!
Artificial coming back in!
Daddy Longlegs! Hell yeah!
Oh. That double commit was terrible for Element 6 there. Trip and Famp both thinking they've got to go for the ball, leaving that goal wide open for, well, Daddy Longlegs. Going to show who's the daddy and get on in.
Oh, jeez, I knew that was coming. But no, I'm not going to extend on that. I don't want to. It's overtime, the call right now. That's as far as we're going to extend. Element 6 up 2-0 in the series. And, well, this is sort of seeing a little bit of life from Artificial. Here's a chance for Longlegs. He's wide. Coming through Scripps. They take the first game for them. It's 2-1 in the series.
What a turnaround here for Artificial. They suddenly got that momentum going. That pass off the backboard from Daddy Longlegs onto Scribs. Hammer it on into goal. This is more of what Artificial need to do, isn't it, Bizer?
Well, they're not out of it, and there's real risky play coming out from them in that game. Sort of, it looks like it seemed to be Element 6, and then they started to put it together. Element 6 backline started to just crumble under pressure. Their second efforts, there was shots off the backboard. What I find in any game is if you work on your defense and it starts to really sort of put pressure on the other team, then your offensive structure comes into place. Like you get more chances to go forward, you get more chances to go off the backboard, and then the next thing you know, Element 6 are in the position where they're like, oh, I don't want to be in this position. And that's the thing. We saw a lot of pressure put on to Fance. He has one save, but it was so many times that he had to clear that ball from Artificial. So, in my opinion, they've actually got more gameplay right now. So they're putting a lot more effort into scoring. And too right, it's finally represented on the board. They get themselves into the series.
Yeah, definitely. Artificial, they just kept hammering that nail into wall, and eventually it's going to go the whole way in. They got the goals they needed, very clutch. But that's 2-1 now to Element 6. And Artificial, can they keep turning this around?
Do we go into the point where it goes the best of 7? Can we see 2-2? And then essentially another best of 5. Who knows what's going on right now? But what we know is Artificial. They've got the first game, and it might be the first of many, maybe a complete reversal. And Element 6 go to sleep. Some type of poison has been injected into the stream right now. Here's Pickets with the first goal! Hello!
Pickett's there, wonderfully done to be able to pop that ball up towards the backboard, and then just down in. Artificial, they've got the fire lit underneath them, don't they?
Well, it's Pickets with the first goal. That's what I like to see. Digital Bacon, it's a good start, but plenty of Rocket League to be played out in game number 4.
Yep, that was only the first 10 seconds. Anything can change now. As we see Fank going up, hitting it, moving downfield. Good link with Jay Cook, but not enough. So long as they will clear it on out. But Fank there, wonderfully well positioned. Trip sending this up high. And this, have anything done with it? That's going back towards goal, but Pickett's, they will get that on out. Both these teams are just coming straight off of that last game, Bites, aren't they? And they're just looking so hot. Now send that to the backboard. Going for the safe approach, taking it to the corner. Gets on out. That was a big clearance. That goes over Daddy Longleg. But Pickett's able to send that on over to the side, trying to buy his team time as he moves forward. Daddy Longlegs up. Massive pre-jump there. Can Scribs do anything? No, says Jay Cook. They will send that on to the center. Both these teams, they're just struggling to get on into the center over that goal to get that finisher, aren't they? What do they need to do to just be able to turn that around? Oh.
It's frustrating at times, isn't it? There's like, just the small touches. Look, it's gone back and forth. Both teams having momentum at certain times in the match. And it's like, I always revert back to defensive structures. Have a strong back line, it goes well going forward. And eventually you put enough pressure on them and rotation around. Like if you have a look at the top teams play at Alpha Sydney, what they're really good at is the rotation. They're fantastic. Even if they don't go far back, they go through the midline. They put on not 1 but 4 attempts on goal with a rotation period before it gets cleared long, and then there's a full reset. So really, if anything for these teams, just to make sure your rotation's on point, and then you've got the defensive line in place, goals will come from there.
Jay Cook there, massive big hit. That's going to the backboard. Can Trip do anything? don't know what Trip was doing. They just positioned themselves poorly underneath the ball. You start to see the counter come out from Pickett. Plays that over Fant there. Not sure what was going on.
Falling. That's the first for me, mate. Link me up. Send me a DM. I have no idea what's going on. Apparently, Alpha City not in org anymore. Unless someone's trolling.
That's unless they've been picked up by a different sponsor or something. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. This Fant tries to get on down in, but isn't as he hits the top left. Jay Cook playing little mind games around Pickett, but Pickett comes out strong. Trip having to come in to support him though. High over the center. Oh, Fant's not being able to get on down to Jay Cook. That's a powerful hit. So Scribbs coming across that.
And Scribb gets powerfully hit into the ball as well.
Yeah. But the teams here, boys, they're just lacking that final touchdown. And we've suddenly started seeing loads of double commits, haven't we?
Yeah, a lot of sort of players not willing to go forward. They're really passive on wanting to attack. So it's just a lack of forward strikes and momentum. Pickett's getting a chance off the back line. Daddy missed times. Joe Cook. Look, he's the one we've got to be watching here. He has the skill and the challenge. The read. The absolute read meister. Scribbs, have a look at this. Bounces off the wall. Then he gets up with one boost. Consider that a dunk.
Yeah, Scribbs there. Just being able to read that situation, get that block to finalize that goal. That's a good play from him. See that going up the wall now. Fant, he's gone up high for it. Send off the wall. Can Trip do anything with this? Sends it on further down the field now. Daddy Longlegs getting in the way. Trip is going to try and do something. Daddy Longlegs clearing it on out though. And to the corner. It's really quite hard here to be able to say like where they can improve. They just, the build up is just, you can see what they're trying to do, but it's just not working for them, is it, Paizo?
Yeah, well, it's not a fact of saying where they can improve. That they're playing the Rocket League they need to play to be able to try and win this game, and it's just about the opportunities that land in their lap. The play comes out. That's the thing. The beauty about Rocket League, when you start to get into high gameplay, it's about making the connections. Right then, Daddy Longlegs, he needed to actually hit the middle of the ball. Would have been a striking goal, third goal. But, you know, essentially, it just hasn't been the play for element 6. Oh, what a play coming from Scribbs. That's the second, and he reaches perfectly as well. It's all about the play for Artificial.
Yeah, like you said, reading that, he's got his glasses on, able to get past everything and just get that on down. Scribbs is really turning up the heat here.
So chat's realising Alpha Sydney is no longer an Alpha Sydney team, but they're still together, just not under the organisation. So we'll have to read into that a little bit later and find out. But essentially this series being tied up right now, Artificial coming right back into it. After it was all element 6 at the start, it's Artificial that bring 2 in, and now it's 2-all.
Yep. Shane, they're not Artificial. They're the real deal here. They're able to come on back into this, squaring it up, and that makes this, what is it? Best of, best of 5 now, isn't it, Bison? Fair enough.
Essentially, there's a best of 5 left. Yeah, I guess so. And best of 3? I don't know. The 2-all at the moment.
No, it's a best of 3. Sorry,
Best
maths not being my strong point there. Clearly.
Well, mate, it's afternoon for you and it's late for us. You should be on song. You should be ready to go.
Definitely, but after so much high oct, you're just there frazzling yourself out. But can this next game bring us back to life with some great goals, some great plays? It can happen, and it's happened before.
I'll give a shout out to Nightmonk. Thank you, man, for contributing once again to the stream. Every night there's a stream on. Nightmonk puts $10 to $15, even $50 at one stage. The man's a legend. Everyone say goodbye to him. He's a legend. We're getting into game number 5 right now. Element 6 and Artificial are locked up, and it seems to be going back and forth. No one to get a real momentum into this game. We'll go into 5. We'll find out who takes the lead.
Yep. Element here, they just need to turn it around and get more aggressive. They're just sitting on the back foot, waiting for a mistake to come out from Artificial. Trip now. Maybe doing exactly that, trying to force a mistake from Artificial. Fant knocking it to the side. He could have got that in the goal if he just had the direction right. close by Trip there, trying to block it in. And it seems to be that's where Element are just playing from now. They're trying to create an opening from Artificial, aren't they, Bison?
I'll tell you what, my mind's slightly off the game. I'm thinking Alpha Sydney players picked up by Legacy. Speaking face. Anyways, let's get back onto it.
Damn it, blame Fallen for distracting you there.
Yeah, I know. Cheers, Fallen. Get out of the chat.
Going high and around Jay Cook. Ooh, that was an interesting touch. I don't think anyone from Artificial was expecting it. Trip, hammer it on past, really trying to get Artificial on that back foot, but now they've got the chance to move forward. Jay Cook getting on past, Scribs there to pick it on up.
Defensive
Fant here, no one's there. Jay Cook getting in the way.
Yeah, there was a defensive player that got in and got the touch on that, so able to hold it up. But essentially, that was open because there was a committal up in the middle play where another player come across and cut him off, and they both pulled out at the last time, leaving that ball to go where it was. Anyways, I'm over dramatic on that one. Let's go.
Okay, the ball's up high. Can Pickets do anything with it? No, says Trip, who's able to hammer on through it. Jay Cook all over the Trip, trying to get over to the centre. Doesn't really work out for them. Now they're on the back foot. They've got to get back and get this ball out. Trip sending it up over goal. That's a missed attempt. And oh my God, Scribs not being able to get it on in. That's a vital mistake by him. Costing his team the goal. Scribs trying to get over the Pickets. It goes on past. Scribs now. Send it around. It's not reading the situation that well. So that lingers on over to the centre. Can Jay Cook do anything with this?
Yeah.
He can! That's the first goal of the game.
Well, we've gone for pretty much a full half of the game here. And it's been intense because no one's been able to get an open goal because there's been someone saving pretty much every time Jay Cook finally gets himself into position. And he's actually been searching so long for that, Digital Bacon. He's been really passive. Going, right, I do need to be the defensive structureman for my team. And then eventually I can get myself forward and make something happen. Right then and then he gets a chance. Scribs with a chance as well. Jay Cook, he's forwarded again. Sets it out wide to go. Another chance here for the boys of Element 6. Oh, it's in! Fate gets it.
Element 6, after being on the back foot for 2 games and suddenly coming back into it, they've had their reprise. And they're looking a lot better now. They're finally getting into their stride again. See Pickets go up now. Ribs, big powerful hit towards backboard. What can Fants do?
Oh, that's on target. Oh, nice touch.
Ooh.
Had to go.
Good save
That
there,
was
my guy.
essentially on target. Downfield, last man left.
Fants going to try and follow this out, but Scribs gets there first. Jay Cook wonderfully well positioned back in goal to receive it. Fants going to try and touch on down. He drops it. Daddy long legs. Getting it on out, using the situation. Long legs starting the counter.
Needs to control this ball here.
Don't you agree, guys, that for Artificial, that is what they need to improve on, their control?
It sort of has been the way they played the tournament tonight. Just send it long, see if it becomes lucky ball. Oh, that's nice, Scribs. He's probably the one that counters, is the exception tonight by Artificial. He sort of get the touches where it sets him in the second touch favour. He gets up over the top. No one's going to stop that one. Puts in his first goal as well. So Scribs doing it for Artificial at the moment. Daddy long legs and Pickets need to take a leaf out of his book.
Here we go. Pickets going up against Trip. Powerful over the side. What can Fant do? Centres it. No one's there to pick it up though. Scribs leaving that for Pickets now. Pickett didn't get a good touch. That's up high. That's dangerous. But Artificial somehow getting out of that, but Trips able to keep the pressure going.
Goals out.
Into the back.
Yeah.
That's it.
So let's have a look at the goals. Oh, it's Trip that takes the goalie out. So demo's on. So Nolan home to save that one. And it's the player that comes down. You know the ball's going to be challenged forward. You've got everyone up. okay, if we're not going to give the game away and control of possession, bring the third player up that usually would be a defensive player and then take the goal line out, which gives you essentially a better opportunity to score and no quick rebounds. So, clever play coming out.
Here we go. It's dropping down round to the corner. Scribs getting it past Fant. Playing downfield, and Daddy Longlegs has decided to send it on high. Right, keeping the pressure up. Pickett, big clear, but Jay Cook has got to it. Can Trip drop this on down? No, he goes wide. Jay Cook's there, able to get in the way. Create this pressure.
Oh, the whiffs.
There.
It's a sense
But
of rookie, a sense of the rookie final, isn't it? Everyone whiffs.
Daddy Longlegs deciding to go to the bat ball. If that can Scribs get on it. Oh, go slightly wide. Pickett, can he get through? No, says Jay Cook. Denying that.
Oh. It's not going to be where it's at.
Anything come off? No. But there you go. Bizer, Element 6 coming back into it. What's that now? 3-2 to Element 6?
You're not wrong, mate.
Artificial. Reverse sweep, the best of 3, we're going to dub it as. And can they do it? Element 6 have just turned it up, haven't they, again?
It's really hard to sort of, like, every round we talked about Artificial, we talked about Element 6. And we've got to put it back down to the basics here. Is Artificial struggle to connect when they send it long. Element 6 gameplay has dropped off in rounds, I believe, 2 and 3, where that's where they're strong, but I actually don't know anymore. It's sort of toying with me. The idea is we're not seeing any consistency between both of these teams, and that's the thing. Anyone steps up, Scribs Artificial step up. That's twice. He's probably the only player for Artificial that I feel has been consistent. And looking at it, I think Faint has been more consistent for Element 6 as well. Joe Cook steps up from time to time. Trip, he had a really good semi-final, but the finals, he really hasn't been sort of anywhere. So there's no real standout player to me at the moment that's sort of taken the game on and going, this is mine, and this is the way we're going to make it. And it's just coming down to those 50-50s, who wins them the better, who gets to it first, and gets the score in an open goal.
We'll have to see if that then comes off, as we're going to get Jay Cook go up against Scribs now. Like I said, Scribs, he needs another man there to be able to just do the same as him, get that accuracy down onto the goal. Because, like you were saying, it's just massive clears coming off here from Artificial, and just need to get it on down.
And I'm poor man, Faint, and Fanta. He's been renamed more than too many times tonight. Thank you very much for shouting that out. Yes, it happens. We do it best we can. That's a good name. Fanta's a good name.
Yeah. I like Fanta, yeah, as well. As Trip's now going to try and send that around the corner. It's getting in the way. That's high. Scribs just going under it. It's fine. Pickett's is there. He's going to follow it through. We're going to get the whole way. Oh my God, from Pickett's!
Oh my goodness, from downtown, he sets it alight, comes inside, the ball sets for him, there's 2 defenders to clear, they don't touch it. It's Pickett's that puts the first in for Artificial.
That is a good long aerial double touch for you there. All of that setting the tone there for Artificial. Can they come back into this? Pickett's now sending that upfield. Ben Longlegs going up to reach that, trying to drop it on down. Can Scribs get in there? No, he can't, says Fan, knocking that on out. It's here, sending that up high. Trip leaving it. Fan sending it to the corner now. Pickett's going to send it towards the centre. That could have been a mistake, but Jay Cook sends it off wide.
Oh, Fan, another powerful touch coming down, but has to be high up in goal. Probably where it's been lacking is the upper 90 plays. The defense has been holding well. 3 minutes and 30, mate, I tell ya. Oh, Pickett's is going to do it again. An easy one this time.
Yeah, Artificial here really just turn it around. And I think the bigger problem here is Element just aren't looking as good as they were in that last match, are they?
I'm shaking my head.
Jay Cook versus Daddy Longleg. Trip taking it up and over and getting the demo as well. Capitalize off of this situation as Fan trying to send it to the backboard. No one's going to be able to pick it up though. And a bit of a squabble there back in the goal. But crisis is averted.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Artificial, get this, it's going game 7. To be honest, the way these two teams have played, it's probably going to go to a game 7 in overtime because no one has been dominating or decisive play. It's taking different players to step up every single time with some plays to come through. Again, Pickett's coming across to defend this time. Artificial, risky play at the moment for them. They just need to make sure they hold it together.
Ooh, here we go. And to be honest, we're only going to get to see 5 matches tonight. Ooh, because this is the last one, of course. But it's been going on for 4 hours here, ladies and gentlemen. These matches have gone the whole length each and every time. And I'm not surprised that we could get this grand final going to game 7 as these teams are going, head to head so close to each other.
Did we get that? We got the rookies 3-1, so that didn't go down the distance. But the quarters, the semis, all went to the final game and then challenge. In fact, no, I think the quarters was 2-0 as well. So it's the semis and the grand final here for the semi-pros that have actually gone to the wire, and that's probably more so exciting, showing that the caliber is actually quite equal. And that is a beautiful goal coming from Fant. He brings his team back into it, gives him a chance.
Yeah, that's only 1 goal separating now as Fant able to read that hit off the ceiling, get it on down. What a boomer of a shot. That's just going to screech on down into the goal. Trip versus Pickett. Gibbs is going to be able to follow this up now as he's got the boost as well. Fant blocking it on out. Daddy Longleg getting in the way, but Trip having an easy clearance there. It's trying to send it over to the corner, using the wall there.
Should have used Daddy in that corner. He was waiting there, and then the player called him out and said, I got it. Daddy had a better position to redirect. Artificial need to be clever about how they go, and they're going to make it happen. Pickett's. In he goes.
Pickett seeing that there's no one back there in goal and just, gets up high. He's had such a long flight there to get it on up and over Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob should have been there as well. He's definitely a lot quicker than that play in itself, so probably just a missed timing from him. But what I like from Pickett is that turn at the end and just the way he went about it. Artificial, making the most of the chances here.
Here we go, Scribbs sending it towards goal, but Jacob has got that. Can he follow it on through, or is Pickett's going to drop it down? Pickett has. Fant's got control now. Scribbs, big clearance to the corner. It's going to be an awkward ball, and Scribbs has got that in. That's 4-1 to Artificial.
So Scribbs gets this across. I think Pickett puts it into him because he goes really hard up it. No, Scribbs all to touch himself. Fant getting in the angle and just sort of forcing the point, but essentially it's a runaway game at the moment. Artificial just getting that ball forward, and defense has been completely exposed. E6 need to go back to the basics with the defense. Make sure they've got the structure set on. Get that rotation in sync because they're just letting it go at the moment.
Go, Trip's going to send that over, getting the danger over to the side. Again, he's back, ready for it. The hit there from Fant over onto Trip. Mistake, but doesn't capitalise upon. He gets picking it on up. And yet, like you're saying, E6, they just don't seem dominating. Just Artificial are really picking it up again, and it's each game seems to be back and forth over who's in control, doesn't it, Bizer?
It really comes down to the gameplay style. If they've got it in sync, they know what they're looking to try and achieve. If they don't double commit or they get the counters working and the pass play, they'll come up a lot stronger and really start to dominate the play. And I think that's just probably a testament to both teams. The opportunities and the reason why it's gone back and forth is because they've made the most of the chances in front of goal, and that's really it. The ball comes in front, it's off a deflection, they score, they're in the play, and it's been the same for Element 6 and Artificial. At the end of the day, these guys are semi-pros. Their ranks don't go up to Grand Champ, so they're not as strong as what we would potentially see in the OC region, and there is players out there that do that. So we're looking at probably potential from 15 down to 25 in terms of teams that you make in the region. Do those teams have a golden rule about passing play? Possibly not. They do try to do it and use it in the small little touches, probably the personal. But what you're seeing a lack of is mechanical skill. No one's taking it upon themselves to take their own play, make something happen and light it up. Probably the one player that I probably could pull out and highlight is Scribs off the last match. Pickett's in this one. But there's no real synergy in between both of these teams and their team play. So it's feedback back to them. It's going to be the best team wins in the next one.
Yeah, and like I was said in chat there, a golden game here. Oh, it's coming down near enough to sudden death, isn't it? Where this last game means everything. It means the whole prize pool. And what? A disconnected server went down for maintenance. Psyonix are just trying to build up even more tension, aren't they?
Well, it's Gaiden 7. It's Gaiden 7. What am I saying? It's the golden number 7 game. We're going to get a lobby reset. That's what this means. I love it. Server maintenance down. Here we go. Reroll. 3 hours later. What happens if actually... Are we getting a drop? It's not dropping.
No.
What's happened? Has your game dropped?
Yeah, I'm on out. Let me try and join back in. Oh, I can't, of course, because I'm not in the party. How about we just take it to a quick break and get this sorted out, Liza?
Yeah, well, that's it. We're on the player screen. We can technically talk about it. We'll get payback to remake our Lobby Masters. So we'll get a remake going right now. So essentially, it won't be too long. So we'll just stick around. We won't go anywhere. We'll keep it live and interactive.
Mm-hmm. Good to hear. Also, another shout out to Match Reno, of course. Now up to 124. Boys, again, Weed House, $27 by him alone.
Yeah, good on you, mate. You're awesome. I love that.
Daddy Longlegs.
This gives a chat to actually chat. So if anyone in chat wants to have a bit of banter with us, you're more than welcome. Who else is out there? Nightmonk put another $10 into Cheeky Monkey himself. $124 Match Reno tonight. That is really good for essentially for the semi-pros. Having a look at this. So the big news is happening while this happens is Alpha Sydney are no longer Alpha Sydney. They're now a freelancing. So we're no longer playing under Alpha Sydney. Therefore, we're now free agents. And this is from Drew Pays from his Twitter himself. So a real big news developing for the boys. I want to know what they're called, essentially. They'll probably have a name go as we're going to get set back into the match very soon.
I think I saw from Fallen earlier that they renamed themselves to something like the Big Billy Boys or something like that. It's a really odd name. Imagine some sort of like inside joke between them.
I'll be honest with you, boys.
Billy Fan Club.
I'll be honest with you, boys. If you're a new name to the tournament, I haven't seen you before. There's probably a 50% chance I'm going to stuff your name up. unless I've seen you before, you're talking to me how you want to pronounce. Because the funny enough is people will spell their names so weird that the pronunciations are just screwed and warped. No matter how much you try, you can never get it right. I'm going to put it up there. You boys will have the same problem if you come into the mountain I do. It's crazy. Anyways, the boys getting set back in. Golden game number 7. We are going there right now. Tell us what you think. Who's going to take the game? Will Element 6 come through and clutch? Will Jaycook do something amazing? We know his mechanical skill is sound and should be able to push through on this game. Or will we see Pickets come through for Artificial? Even Scripps step up and make something happen. The boys getting ready to jump right back into it as we get set Digital Bacon. I want you to pick a winner right now, man. Pick me a winner.
If we're going back and forth, then this game has to be Elemental, but I don't know why. Can I just quickly get an invite back in?
Oh.
Yeah, it kicked me out. It is a hard pick between the two.
Details in the Discord, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't really invite you back in.
Oh, that's... Don't worry, I got it. But yeah, for me, I think it's going to have to go to Artificial. I don't know why. I think they can just smidge it. Bit of luck, but Elemental, again, like I was saying, it's 50-50 here and it can go any way.
All right, well, since Digital Bacon will get himself back in here, we'll let him do his thing. And I'll just continue with this call where essentially 40 seconds already down. And the boys just smashing out in the middle right now. Jaycook is actually being taken out. Fats coming through. Oh! Sorry, Jaycook wasn't taken out. He took one of the players out with a supersonic speed, which you can't tell these days. Back of the middle, Scribs onto Trip and gets nailed at the moment. The Demo's a savage. The boys this time deciding that there's no way they're going to let this one go. No easy ball's going to be won. It's all about the hard ball gets. Long legs out wide. Now for the touch come around, looks to play defensive. Jaycook beats him to it, sets it out wide. Wants the second challenge, not met. Pickets holds up for the moment. Scribs deciding not to run the ball up the wall, and in result, it sees Trips get damaged out by today. Longlegs set back into the hot spot. Here's a chance. Pickett's putting it in. No, it's stopped. He gets the counter. That's Scribs. First goal artificial.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm still not in. I'm having a problem. Rocket League's just bugging out. I can't get into the lobby. Just going to quickly try and sort out for you, ladies and gents. And I'm joining in.
Hey, he's joining in.
Sorry about that.
He's getting back in here on the back. Boys back into the middle. And sets it wide at the moment. Here's Digital Bacon, the best time in the world. The final game of tonight. Scripts up, the second touch, not met. Artificial miss out on another golden opportunity. Fant bringing this one down. Trip wants inside. There's a fake out. Well, there's Pickets that played a defensive line and got Fant off from the shot on. And he sort of just carried. So both of them are essentially faking each other out as the demo set. And Jaycook looks for left side, held up. Artificial again, playing solid defense.
Like you were saying about those demos earlier, Jaycook there trying to jump in the air, get the demo to try and get that ball on forward, but unfortunately it didn't work out for him, did it? Jaycook, big hammer of a shot there, Daddy Longleg getting it on out. That's the dangerous ball up over, but Scribs, the MVP for Artificial tonight, I do believe, where he's just able to get out and playing so well for them. We're going into the centre now, and leaving it. That's a dangerous ball. Can Scribs put it in? Yes, he can.
Perfect goal in the seams of things. No one's contested in the middle. Double committal coming out from element 6. They both whiff past, and it means Jaycook is sort of stuck on the re-rotation around because he thought ball was going. I'm going to go out wide to get boost. Next thing he knows, it's in the middle, and coming out, putting the bottom left side is Scribs. It's hard to save, and it's sort of difficult right now for element 6. You want to back your teammates to score and to clear. They have to be transparent and make sure it happens. You can't just whiff. That is so close, it's not funny. Very lucky that didn't go in.
I was about to say that myself. Gets able to keep his pressure up. I think he tried to go on demo there on Trip.
Nice, Fan.
That's going in. Fan losing that margin with 2 minutes left. There's only one goal differentiate them.
I like Fan here. Plays it out to the left, catches out the probably the more so just. I like to think that was the midline player sort of going at it, and the defensive line actually, the goalie went out for boost. Because that's sort of how it looked at the end, and someone was out wide for the boost, and it was a complete misplay. So just got to be careful. And instead of going outside wide for the 100, play the inside pads. It's probably a lot better. There was a moment a little earlier in tonight's tournament where a player actually, as Pickets gets the third goal, we'll quickly go to him. But there was a moment where a player didn't back out for boost. He was 1% boost. He went over the top and he flipped and dunked the defense and went in for a goal. And that's because he didn't go out for 100 boost. This is the issues. You got to know when to go and when not to go when you need to play the defensive line or even an offensive pressure.
There we go. That's bouncing on down. Scribs is going to get that to the back ball. Oh, well done by Trip there to get on over to the side. Crisis averted. But Scribs there. Get on out. Can dunk that one down. That's went across the goals. No one could get a touch on it. 1 minute 15 coming right up now. And Artificial, they're in the driving seat here. I back them, but like I said, element 6. We've seen them. They can turn this around in a matter of 10 seconds, can't they, Bizer?
They certainly can. With a minute remaining, it's sort of the hardest point, but we want to see element 6 put a goal on here, really take it down to the end, put everyone on the edge of the seat, but just got to get those possessions in the pass plays. At the moment, it seems to be all Artificial holding it up. I don't know, Caster's curse could be so true right now. Who knows what goes on?
Oh my God, Trip with great control to get that in. 40 seconds left, 1 goal, differentiate them.
Look at this. That is the hardest control, but he gets to those in the right place and then flips it in. It is all the chances in the world for Element 6 right now. They can make it happen.
I love that joke in chat. So unranked, they're not allowed to play. But Fant there knocking on forward. Danny Longler's able to get onto the side. Trip keeping up great pressure. That's knocked out. Jacob can get it, but can Fant? Yes, he can. That's equalised up. We're back to anyone's game, Bizer.
Well, 2 goals in a man over 20 seconds. Element 6 pull the rabbit out of the hat and just make the goals count. A little bit of a lack of a defensive structure coming out from Artificial, and that's sort of being complacent. We're 3-1 up. We got this, boys. Let's just keep playing it out and being aggressive. They needed to put more defensive zoning in. And another chance. Joe Cook this time. He's aggressive. Fan has to go. It's the counter over the top. They take the lead with 18 seconds remaining. It's an absolute comeback from Element 6.
Yeah, Fant there just getting right up, just beating Pickets to it by the smallest margin. Get hammering that on down to the bottom left corner.
Artificial.
They've got to respond.
They need to respond. This needs to be a goal to go the other way. They've got to stop this now.
Get into corner. Fant's going to try and put that onto the side. Past him. Pickets here. Getting beaten to it by Trip, who's sent it off to the corner, trying to play it safe here. Very long as not being able to get, and that is it.
Oh, that's done.
Element 6 take tonight's Vapor Esports Friday night semi-pro tournament.
What a way to end it with 40 seconds remaining. It was all Artificial. It was all them in its entirety. These boys had it in the bag and then just went to sleep on their defensive zone. 2 quick fire goals came out from Element 6. They just worked hard. Jay Cook got up there, but it was Fant and Trip that contributed to it. Fant with a massive hat-trick in this game number 7. That's what it was going to be. It was going to be the errors that was made from a defensive structure that loses the game for a team. But both of these teams having a crack at it tonight. They should, both of them, look, Artificial should hold their heads high. A big game by them, but Element 6 at the end, they worked hard. And I'll tell you what, Fant for me, there was real no MVP in my mind that stood out for the entire tournament. But if I had to pull one that was going to show the most consistency and then had some really good games, Fant from Element 6 was definitely my pick. And if I had to pick someone from Artificial, I'm looking at Scribs. He had a pretty good game as well. It's just unfortunately he couldn't get it done for his team either.
Yeah, like I said, that is it. Element 6, I called it, could turn it around. The quick fire, 10-second Kings, being able to just quickly turn that game around. They're going through to be the winner of tonight's tournament. They're going home with an estimate of $63.50. That's American dollars, isn't it, Bizer?
Yeah, it's USD. So 127 is about 140, 150 Australian dollars with the minus a percentage of what's been taken out. I think it's an 80% prize pool that goes to them. We'll double check and confirm, but essentially it's a big pay night. And it's what I love about Friday Night Live. The community bands together, even though we don't have Match Arena codes, it just gets slammed together with some really good donations coming out from the guys, and that's a really good thing. It just shows a lot of positivity that it's not just about codes or the same old people. Like, different people contribute every time, and they do it because they like what they see. The new players coming into the scene, encouraging growth. And the thing is Rocket League, it's their second birthday, right? And they're only getting bigger. The streams are getting bigger. The different countries are getting involved. It's on the point verging from a tier 2 esport into a tier 1 major. We can talk all night about this, and this is how crazy it is. Rocket League is on the point, on the cusp, and give it another 3 years, it will start to match every other tier 1 sport out there. It will never be the top. I can probably, well, you know what? I'm going to hold my thought there. It could potentially be the top, but it won't be the top for a very long time. There's still a lot of League of Legends that just count as everything. CSGO is freaking fanatic. It's crazy the way it is, but Rocket League could definitely be a top 5 esport. Definitely. And that's what we see here tonight. We see a lot of different teams. Tonight we see Artificial and Element 6, 2 teams that never been in the grand final before. Yes, it's a restructure of an event, but we have the actual teams that are wanting to play together with it, playing and giving us the best product that we can see. There is a lot of feedback that these boys can take out of these games in terms of double commits, communication, along with the second and third efforts. The backboard was rarely used. That's one part of the gameplay that we see a lot from the top sides. A lot of the time we saw Artificial disappear by sending their defensive clearances long and not having a counter or working the teammates into it. The pass play for the teammates, probably more so non-existent. We saw a lot more with the Perf Kappa, with Outlast, Roffy, and Acroval using each other a lot. And that actually was really beneficial. It's just a shame we didn't get to see him and they had to go. But that's essentially where these guys need to take it to the next step in the next game. And I'm sure as they watch more tournaments and play tournaments, they'll start to learn these things as well.
Yeah, but like we said, that's going to be it from us tonight. It's been great casting with you, Paisley. Thanks for having me on here. It's been a real treat.
You're more than welcome, mate. You are welcome back anytime on the OC Rocket League, whether it's Perth, whether it's anywhere, RLO even so. You know what I mean? You're more than welcome, guys. And, people out there are welcome. If you've got what it takes to come and do a shoutcast, you can jump on a board. If you just want some experience or you want some feedback and you want to do it in your own time for your own organisation, hit me up, ask for advice. Even so, ask other people. And we can push you on and get you to talk to other people and references and whatnot. It's fantastic. Regardless, it's where it's at. I'm loving Friday Night Lives. It's enjoyable, and it's here to stay, boys. The semi-pros, the rookies, they're not going anywhere. They're here supporting a lot of you. Just the fact that we've got 66 people sitting here listening to us shows that's how much the lower side of the community, in terms of the lower tier ranks, really want content and really want it to be produced on the level. So big shout out to you guys coming here. Just love having you a part of it. If you're not here, it wouldn't be the best stream it could be. That's the way I think it. Digital Bacon.
Couldn't agree more. The community for Rocket League, that's what makes it so special for me. It's just everyone wants to help each other out. Like you were saying earlier, helping, say, me grow as a caster, helping these lower skilled players grow up, giving them a platform, this semi-pro platform. Yep. So they're not just getting knocked out by those higher teams. No, they've got a chance to win some money. They've got a chance to get themselves seen and get better. It's so wonderful.
And there's a shout out in the chat. And what do you mean by lower side? what I mean by lower side is the lower skill level. So like we're talking, what we usually see is Grand Champ. We see a lot of high end top 10 to top 15 power ranking teams. What we're seeing here is from 30 to 15, and that's what I mean by the lower end of the spectrum. You guys barely get a platform, barely get a tournament to come and play, because it's no one considers that level. And I think there's plenty of you out there, and it needs to be connected. That's what I mean by, guys. There's nothing sinister or negative to come out of that. It's just sort of recognizing you guys. So anyways, it's thumbs up for everyone. Thank you. Cheers, Seabuff. Love you all. We're gonna head it up for tonight. There was a joke out there apparently. Regardless, I'm Bizer. That was Digital Bacon. We finished up tonight. It was Element 6 taking the game over Artificial. With all that, stick around if you want to be a part of the post-talk, as everyone loves to have a chat after this, and we'll put you over to a host here. But thank you once again for being part of the stream. It's Vapor Esports, Friday Night Live, Element 6 with your win for free over Artificial. We'll see you next time. Send on his way, the power shot, and cleans out the goal line. Easy goal for the Lions. Just, here's the thing. They put a shot on out for Sydney, but they did a disciplined thing.
It's not allowed.
No, that's bad. Oh my goodness, Drippay. What are you doing? What a goal. Then again, just come off a 3-game straight. Oh, Dreamy, that's a great touch. Well, prove me wrong. Just gets in a good spot and slams. Nowhere to be seen. Challenging on the back now is a demo. The 2v1. The pop and play. Decker. Can he light it up? He goes out right. Decker! The moments of heroes and legends aboard. It's Decker with a big game.